Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. Y'all seem far back. Let me bring this up just a little bit. Okay, that looks better to me. Okay, this is Rodney, and I'm back, and I wanted to go ahead and talk about Real Housewives of Miami. This is um, the reunion, part three, the last part. All right, so the first thing I want to mention is this. Girl, I don't know why. Now, I know, girl, I know they ain't the biggest. The women on Miami are fairly thin. But girl, I did not like the way they had them squished on that couch. I meant to mention that the last week when Kiki came out. Girl, why do y'all have the women squished on that couch like that? Y'all couldn't have like spread them out. Okay, girl, whatever. Okay. Anyways, um, it starts off where it left off last week. Kiki basically saying that she knows models who have slept with Lenny. I think Kiki was in the middle of a rock and a hard place because Kiki did say that she really didn't know Lisa when she was going to her home for the parties. She was basically being invited, by a friend, someone who was already going to the party. Hey, it's these people up the street. Well, not up the street. They live on Star Island. Ain't that where Lisa and them live? Um, who's throwing a party? You want to go? Okay, girl, let's go. And now she's shooting the show with this woman. Um, and I get it. Some people would expect Kiki to tell Lisa, but I also feel like how a lot of y'all act when it comes to marriage about staying out of folks' business, not being in folks' marriages. It's kind of like Kiki could have said X, Y, and Z. Girl, Melissa or Susan or Keisha, whoever the models were, she could have said it, but then there probably would have been some backlash of Kiki basically getting in this between this marriage. And Lisa also said that girl, she would have probably just said that they're just jealous. Okay. Um, why would Lisa be so careless and naive to have like these young women in her house? Can we have some kitchen table talk? Can we have some kitchen table talk? I don't think it's more so Lisa being naive and careless. I think it was for me. I think it was more so Lisa really not having a lot of. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I don't think she really had a lot of power or control in the relationship. So she kind of, Lenny swooped her up from the chicken shack. What Lisa out there serving girl pretzels and beer? Wasn't she like working at a bar somewhere in Vegas? Girl, working for tips, right? So I think that Lisa probably felt as though I really ain't got no power. Like I can voice that I don't like this, but ultimately the decision is up to Lenny. Um, do you think Lenny was speed dating? She says, of course, while he was at the party. I mean, I'll say this much. Again, I don't think Lisa. I think Lisa been knowing. I don't care what she say. Lisa knew. I think Lisa was just trying to, like kind of like, girl, he gonna do what he gonna do. I'm gonna stay in this big old house, live my rich woman lifestyle, and girl, it is what it is. Give him a little head every now and again, and girl, he'll be all right. Give him a little coochie. I know he out here in these streets, but was Lisa naive and careless? No, maybe careless, not naive. But then again, like I said, girl, when you think about the dynamics of the relationship, you know. Anyways, let's move on. Did anybody feel insecure taking their man to the party? Marisol said, "Baby, her man wasn't going." Let me say something. I do believe, I'm not in a relationship, don't have any desire to be in one, but I do believe that in order to be in one of the parts of being in a successful relationship is trust, communication, right, honesty, all that good stuff. It's important to trust who you're with, but I think everybody is human, and even if I trusted my man, I had to think about it. Like if I was in a relationship and I had been invited to a party and I know it's these guys who have some of the best looking guys there with the best bodies and girl, here I come in with my man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, girl, I would probably be like, girl, we're not going over there. Girl, the boys got six packs up to their throats. Okay? No. So I can get how someone could be like, girl, like Marisol, girl, I'm not taking my man over there. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely not. Because at the end of the day, girl, we're all human. Um, and it might be just an insecurity thing, but you could trust your man all day long, but I also get like a part of me also understands not putting yourself in a situation where you could regret it. And then like we're going to the beach. Go, we're going over to this party. People drink. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. So I can understand it. Um, Todd knew. Oh, she at least. What's the name says? Alexia says Todd knew not to look. Girl. Now that's the part. I'm like, girl, ain't no way y'all was at a party with half naked women and Todd. Todd probably knew not to look while he was standing beside you. But girl, when you walked off and wandered off and probably was talking to whoever was at the party, oh Todd was. That's just that's another thing, girl. Girl, nobody's just gonna. Girl, like we're looking. Everybody's looking. You know what I'm saying? Now you can look, but don't touch, right? Larsa, they let it be known that Larsa helped. Um, what's her face? Lisa get the restraining order that the girl tried to take out against her dismissed. So that was nice. Alexia calls Anthony Antonia. Now, at first, I was like, okay, girl. So, anyways, before we get into that, so they played a flashback of Anthony. Anthony has been vocal this season, right? They played a flashback of Anthony. And like I said, girl, you could be vocal, but don't get mad because what the first thing the girl's gonna do is say that you are in women's stuff and you are a woman, and they're going to girls start to call you Antonia, like Alexia did Anthony. They're gonna call Peter Patricia, right? They're gonna call you these names because they feel as though I don't know if y'all know this. I don't know if y'all like maybe I'm reaching with this, but it's almost like a dig to yourself. Like when you hear the women like Alexia and probably even some of you say, like, oh, he ends up like a woman. He said that like a woman. He like a woman. It's kind of like, girl, y'all. It's like a put down of your own self in a way. Like I don't know. It's still kind of like trying to go through life as though men are just not messy. We had Matt Barnes, no tea, no shade. We had messy Matt down here spilling the tea when that mess happened with Nia Long and her husband, fiance. Girl, they just as messy as girls, and they talk just as much. Girl, they just have a different way of talking about the mess. Where like gay men, we might be a little bit more over the top. Not all of us, but we might be just a little bit more over the top. Like, bitch, you won't believe what happened, bitch. So and so and so and so, and then the girls might be like, girl, you won't believe what happened, girl. Keisha was at work, and then like here come the straight dudes like, babe, you won't even believe what happened today at work. Man, it's this girl named Keisha. And Keisha was fucking. And, you know what I'm saying? So everybody is messy. Everybody just has a different way of expressing the mess. That's basically what I'm trying to say. But when Todd was mad at Anthony and he was like, what type of man gets another man flowers and chocolates? You're gonna give him some Godiva, and then when I never heard Anthony say this, and when Anthony said Godiva, I was gonna give him some. Godiva, I was gonna get him something nicer than that. I did that tickled my soul. Um, she says that they ran into Anthony during Art Basel, and Anthony was basically on some, me and Nicole are the only ones that have real jobs. And he can do whatever whatever the f he wants to do. And even I was when Alexia was saying that, I was like, "Ooh, I mean, I could see why somebody could like be looking at you kind of sideways." Because even I was even thinking, and y'all know I go for Dr. Anthony. I mean, Dr. Nicole and Anthony. Like Anthony, but I mean, Anthony is a rich, you know, is a rich man, and I'm sure with that wealth comes, um, attitude, big head. Y'all get what I'm trying to say. I can't think of the words. But then I felt like I believed Nicole more when she said, no, that's not, basically that's not how it went. We walked in, you walk up to us basically saying, oh, y'all in trouble, I guess because of the comments that Anthony had made about Larsa, I think. And then that's when Anthony replied, like, girl, I can say whatever I want to say. And I was like, okay, that makes more sense. It would have been different if Anthony just came out basically saying, I can say what I wanted, blah, 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 blah. He was basically saying that in reply to you coming up to him, basically trying to, I guess, spank a grown man on his hand. You know what I'm trying to say? Larsa in the braids. Were y'all offended? I mean, I don't wear braids. Um, I wasn't offended. I thought she looked a fool. I was more offended that she looked like a fool. Girl, I was more offended that she paid for that mess to be put in her head. Because I thought the braids looked a funky fool mess. She tried to use the excuse, I guess, that her kids half nigga. I said, okay, girl. Lost. I mean, girl, it is what it is. Like I said, I don't care. I'm sure some of y'all probably care. I just was like, girl, you look a fool. Um, Gertie. Gertie says she has went down from 15 weddings a year to 5 weddings a year. Girl, that's a big. That's a big difference. 15 to 5, but I also have to take into account that Gertie can cut down on those 15 weddings to 5 weddings because now Gertie got a little extra income coming in. Excuse me, from Miami. And I also understand too that Gertie does have a family, and girl, sometimes you have to compromise, and it's not like she's quitting her job. She's just scaling back some so she can spend more time with her family, and I think that's okay. Um, Girl, did y'all hear when that helped? And Gertie make a lot of money too, girl. Did y'all hear when Gertie said that, girl? One of the wins, the budget for the flowers, girl. I know I only watched the reunion once, so maybe I misheard. But girl, didn't Gertie say that the flowers, girl, y'all hear what I'm saying? I want y'all to hear what I'm about to say. The flowers were $2 million budget. Yeah! I said, girl, I would have went to the courthouse, got me a little couple of flowers from the grocery store, and went on by my business. Girl, y'all make a baby, them baby. Ooh, I said, oh, girl, they make money. No wonder why she can scale back. How much you charging? Because girl, if they got a budget just for the flowers of $2 million, how much they spend on the whole wedding? And how much you charge them? Girl. Um, let's just stop talking about Adriana. Adriana, let me say this about Adriana that I don't like. Because my first time tuning in for Miami was last season. I didn't watch the seasons prior. And Adriana actually started off as someone who I was like, oh, girl, Adriana seemed like she funny. She was shading Larsa, but it just seemed like a little shade, nothing like too over the top, right? I was like, oh, Adriana probably going to be my favorite one. And then towards the end of the season, I couldn't stand her. Okay. Because I thought she was doing too much. This is what I don't like about Adriana. Adriana, she says things, and I will say some of those things are below the belt. I'm going to give some examples. But then when she's called out on it, she plays the white woman card. Starts to cry. Oh my God, I didn't mean it. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Right? She pulls the white woman card. One of the reasons why I have respect for Candace from Real Housewives of Potomac, because y'all say she go low, she don't go like Adriana low. Adriana gonna mention your son who got into a wreck. That's how low Adriana go. Okay? Um, and has a brain injury. That's how low Adriana go. One of the things I like about Candace is that Candace, she says what she says. She don't backtrack. She not apologizing. I'm aware of what I said. What else is going on? I think that we all can say things sometimes because there have been times where I have gotten on YouTube and I have said things that I will come back and be like, oh, girl, I shouldn't have said that. Right? Because sometimes our mouths move faster than this. Right? So I get it that sometimes it can happen. Adriana gets upset, and I'm not saying Adriana doesn't have the right to be in her feelings, because I understand why Adriana was upset at Marisol and Alexia with her smart ass mouth. But then she says stuff, and then it's like, oh my God, right? So with Marisol, just like Andy was trying to explain to her, it's one thing if you would have said, Marisol, your ex tried to get in contact with me, and I told him, leave me alone. That's not what you did. I think this is the same ex who it was real rough for Marisol. I think she said she got underneath like 100 pounds. Like it was real bad. I think the breakup was real bad. Something like that, right? Is this the same guy? And Adriana, because she's upset, she says, oh, I talked to your ex and he said he didn't even love you. And it's like, damn, right? And she's saying that because she wants to hurt Marisol. With Alexia, she responds to Alexia. And she says, you know about accidents, like Frankie had an accident. Now with Alexia got mouth on her, I'm sorry. She do. And Alexia has said probably at least once or twice this season that I can say what I want to say. We can say what we want to say to each other. And then when somebody meets Alexia's energy, then Alexia wants to have a fit. Alexia has a lot of mouth. So when Adriana says what she says to Alexia, then Adriana, here we go again. Oh my God, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Adriana knows what she's doing, and Adriana knows what she's about to say is going to cut them to the core. That's why she's saying it. And then after she says it, she pulls again the card. Oh my God, I didn't know. I didn't really. Oh my God, what did I just say? Like, girl, you knew what was about to happen, and you knew what you were about to say. You probably thought about this before you even said it. It wasn't just like, oh, one of the girl, I was just caught in the moment and girl, it just came out. That's what I don't like about Adriana. Because Adriana, you know what you're saying and you know what you're doing. I would rather just Adriana stand in her mess, because I think what it is when it comes to like Alexia is I think that Adriana really wants a family. She really wants a husband. She really, really does. And I think that there may be, I hate to use the J word, but there may be some jealousy there. She may envy what the other girls have. And I think that she wants to really be friends with Marisol and Alexia. And when she doesn't get what she's giving or what she feels like she should receive, she lashes out, right? But I also think she lashes out and she says the things that she says to Alexia because Alexia does do things like I think the straw that broke the camel's back for Adriana was the man who you dating is married, and then girl, she didn't even apologize. knowing that Adriana really wants a husband. You see what I'm saying? So you know this girl really want a husband, and the person who she's dating, one minute you saying you rent the guy, and then the next, then before that you, I'm not gonna say she ruined it, but you could have been the reason why this man no longer wants to come around because he sees the type of situation that Adriana has going on. So that's, you see what I'm saying? So it's just like I see. I know that it's wrong what I know that it's wrong what Adriana said about Frankie. I think it's wrong. I'm not saying I would have said it, but I can also understand why she went so low with Alexia, because Alexia is one of those people, unfortunately, like because of the way that her mouth is set up. The only way you can probably really get at Alexia, as messed up as it may sound, is through her kids. That was the whole purpose of Adriana saying what she said, because she really wanted to hurt Alexia. And she knew that. She knew it. Like, she wanted to hurt Marisol. So she said what she said. But then, like, after we have this conversation, she does this stupid letter. The letter, it was a flop for me. At first, I was like, girl, what is going on? What is going on? What is going on? And then it was basically like, she wrote this letter basically saying that it was Marisol's kidney. Basically saying Marisol is a drunk. So it's like, as soon as Adriana get mad, she gonna go there. You see what I'm saying? Like, girl, we sitting here having a conversation, and girl, as soon as you feel like you're upset, okay, here's a letter. Read the letter, Andy. Read the letter. And it's like, so now, so it's like, it's just a mess. I hope that makes sense what I just said, girl. I thought Dr. Nicole was being fake. Y'all know I go for Dr. Nicole, but I thought she was being fake when they asked her about Adriana's, injury, the ankle. She was like, basically, it was a big property. It was kind of blue. Girl, I don't remember. Now, I could be wrong. We watch a lot of reality TV show over here. But I don't remember Adriana. I don't remember Dr. Nicole. Dr. Nicole was giving very much, oh, girl, you doing too much. Oh, girl, she was giving very much, girl, why is this girl in the wheelchair? Girl, you ain't hurt. Girl, calm down. Girl, sit down. Wasn't that Dr. Nicole on the show? But now all of a sudden it's, oh, well, the property was big. Okay, Dr. Nicole. I put Andy gonna have a stroke. Girl. Baby Andy, it might be time for you to buy out. Girl, when I say Andy is gonna have a stroke and a heart attack all at the same time. Girl, left side gonna just be gone. Girl. You heard Larsa, cause Julia was basically trying to say that Adriana basically was in shock, and that Adriana wants a family. And Larsa was basically like, did y'all hear when Larsa said, I feel like you don't have to have a man? Larsa, every time I look up, you are attached. Girl, you are holding hands with somebody's man. You holding hands with a man. Like, you can sit here and say, I don't feel like you have to have a man, but this is coming from somebody who every time we look up, girl, you're right, you got a man. You know what I'm saying? And that was pretty much it, girl. That was pretty much it, child. They talked about Frankie. That was sad. I will say this about Alexia. I do think Alexia probably should go to therapy, because I think what she has been through with Frankie, and what Frankie went through personally, of course. I think that sounds like a lot. For your life to kind of just do a 180, and now you have to be this person's caretaker, and I think because Alexia has been doing it her way for a very long time, and now she has to kind of like loosen up the reins, because the truth of the matter is Alexia is not going to be here forever. And if Alexia died tomorrow, Frankie would need to know how to survive on his own. But yeah, that's about the only time I really felt bad for Alexia. because I could just imagine. I don't know personally, of course, but I could just imagine how difficult, you know, it was for her, and how difficult it is right now. Anyways, Adriana apologizes to. Well, she says she said they both say. Adriana says something nice about Marisol and what's her face? What's her face? What's that girl name? Alexia. And then they say something nice back. They pretty much, I guess, decided to kind of start over. But yeah, did that make sense what I said about Adriana? Adriana, she basically throw rocks and hide her hands. I also understand why Alexia. I understand why Adriana is so mad. But Adriana, if you're gonna be mad and say something, girl, just stand in it. I wish Adriana would have said just right off the rip. I don't like the way y'all talk to me. Y'all, I feel like she should have just said her feelings. I feel like y'all talk to me crazy. I feel like y'all mistreat me. I feel like y'all really not my friends. I feel like y'all are not there for me. Even when you know I'm out here looking for a husband and I want to be married, you messed up something I had going on, bringing up this mess that wasn't true because you didn't want to be, because you were too stupid enough to read the entire, paper. Now I'm starting back at square one. Yes, I said something because I wanted to hurt you because I feel like y'all hurt me. I wish that would make so much sense, because when you factor in what Julia said about, oh, she wants to have a husband, like that's why Adriana is mad. What I just said, what I feel like she feels like, that's why Adriana is upset. That's all it comes down to. And again, Alexia, it's hard for me to feel bad for Alexia. I felt bad for Alexia at the end. But it's hard for me to feel bad for Alexia, even with Adriana saying what she said with the analogy, with Frankie. Because the way Alexia's mouth is set up, girl, I just feel like Adrian, like to me, Alexia and Larsa, and it's not really so Marisol, she kind of just like, but it's really Alexia and Larsa. I feel like you really like, they would make you know how like people say get out of character, right? They would make you get out of character and go to a place where like I really didn't want to go there and show my ass the way I'm showing my ass. But girl, y'all don't, like, I felt like y'all have made me go to this place. Now I'm really on her like acting a complete fool. Because girl, the way Alexia and Larsa like, oh girl, they will have you going there. Girl, anyways, I'm gone. That's it. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.